welcome to day 25 of the Forks Over Knives challenge. So I am making something that I am hoping is going to be wonderful and delicious, although it's kind of weird that there's only 2 things in here that give it flavor, which is, I mean, you know, whole food plant-based sounds great, but I'm not 100% sure whether or not this is going to be super awesome. We shall see. It's called vegetable white bean hash. And actually, it says there's a picture in here. I should have found that for you guys because it's probably gonna look totally different from mine. But, all right, there are the ingredients and there are the instructions. It's a very simple meal, but with really good food, so it's gonna be awesome. So basically, our store did not have leeks at the time, so I bought big green onions. That's what they call them at the Asian grocery store, big green onions. And they're just a very small leek or a very large scallion, however you want to look at it. So they're like this big around, not that big around, and they look just like a leek, just infinitesimally longer. Like the green just keeps going forever and ever. They actually, they're so long, the greens are so long that they fold them in half and rubber band them together so that it's still like this huge long thing, but it's in half even. They're weird. Anyway, so you cut up that, and you're supposed to have a red bell pepper that you seeded and diced. My red bell pepper was moldy, so I have an orange bell pepper instead, because that's just gonna have to be good enough, I guess. And then you saute those 2 things first, and then when they start getting cooked a little bit with just some water, when those things start getting cooked a little bit, you add in your garlic, and you're supposed to put in 2 teaspoons of minced rosemary. I like rosemary. I don't like the twigginess of rosemary normally, so I take my rosemary, whenever I buy a container, I take rosemary out of the container completely, and I put in my little spices blender and it up, which it's a coffee grinder, but we don't drink coffee, so it's a spice blender. And I just make it in smaller, and then whenever I have to use rosemary, I just use a little bit less because I would rather not have it be twiggy. So that's what I do with rosemary. I could probably find ground rosemary, but anywho. So you cook that garlic in that for just a few minutes, and then when that's done, you want to add in a sweet potato, which I don't have another normal colored sweet potato. I just have my white Japanese sweet potato. I think that should be fine. So you put in the sweet potato, and you're supposed to use 1 can of Great Northern beans. I thought it said 2 cans of Great Northern beans. I was like, I'm not using 2. That's a lot of food. Nope, it's just 1 can, 2 cups. And then you are also supposed to use the zest. Let's see, what does it say? Zest and juice of 1 orange. So this is the orange that I used yesterday. I am going to use a little bit of zest from this, and I'm going to definitely use the orange juice. But I am not going to use the zest from this entire thing, even though I know that's what's supposed to give it a lot of the brightness and citrusy. I just think that would be too much for me. So I'm going to have it on the side and then use as much as what tastes good to me. That's what I'm going to do with that. And after you cook that for a little bit, you add in a cup of kale and let that just do its thing for a few minutes. It says for about 5 minutes, and you add salt and pepper at that point. So I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to taste really good. I hope. So I'm going to go and get working on this, and I will be back with you guys for a taste test in just a little bit. So there's a picture of what their deliciousness looks like. Mine isn't too far off, other than the fact that I don't have the red pepper in mine. So, and my sweet potatoes are not orange, they're white, but that's okay. So that's what that looks like. I have not tried it yet, so let's give it a try. So basically, it's got rosemary and orange juice, essentially, as the flavoring. I didn't put any salt on it or any pepper on it yet. I just wanted to try it the way that it was. That's good. I like that. I like the citrusy. That's very tasty. I could definitely see that it would use a tiny little bit of salt. However, I'm going to leave it the way that it is. And yeah, I think that's great. I mean, I'm super happy with that. I'm definitely going to be eating that twice tonight, and it's going to be wonderful. All right, that's it for me for now, guys. I will see you again in the morning for some exercise. Well, good morning, everyone. So I had a crazy night of work last night, so I didn't get to eat a second time. But the first time that I ate my food, it was super awesome, like really good, and I am starving. So I've actually got my second bowl microwaving right now. I'm chilly, so I'm not gonna take my coat off in the house yet. But anyways, so my husband was up on and off all night long with my 13-year-old while he was vomiting profusely, apparently. So as soon as Anthony comes home, he's going directly back to bed, which would actually be the couch, but that's okay. Going directly back to bed. And I don't feel like exercising by myself, which is really lame, but that's how I feel. So I'm just letting you guys know I don't feel like it. So I'm not going to. Anywho, I do want to eat. I am very hungry. And I'm very excited. I found a recipe from the Forks Over Knives website that I really am interested in trying, and something that I really think you guys will like. It's got a peanut butter sauce to it for supper for tonight. Super, super simple. That's what I was looking for. Something that would be very quick and easy and help, like if somebody just gets home from work and they want to make something quick for food. There you go. So anyways, I am going to go and eat and going to go to bed, and I will see you guys again tonight for another day.